Hey everyone, Superman here, coming to you with another DCUO video. And this video is probably going to be one of my favorite videos to make, honestly, as of recent stuff coming out, besides obviously all the Supergirl stuff that I've been doing. But I wanted to come to you in this video to say, Earth players, we can rejoice. We can rejoice. And especially if you are a Kryptonian Earth powered character. Definitely rejoice because the summer event has just gave us something that personally that I've honestly been waiting on as an Earth character, and that is self healing, specifically the fire abilities on self healing. So now we do have self healing as Earth players, and obviously with this I have updated most of my builds. I will be showing you updated versions of the builds and what the showcase is on the augment for it. Now, mind you, I didn't use the water augment because we also did get a water power ray augment. I haven't used it yet, but I was more excited for the fire one. And getting into the fire one, is rekindled pyroplasm. Now, just to make this a side note for people who are fire abilities already, there is a note that states that characters using the firepower set will only receive the stat buffs from this augment. No new abilities are gained. And I think there was something else going on with it as well when it came to the augment. I just can't put my tongue on it at the moment. Hopefully, it comes back to me, or if you do know or are aware of it, definitely just leave it in the comment section down below so it can give me a refresh. But to get into the abilities we get, I'm sure with current fire players, as you know, we get absorb heat, um, immolation, stoke flames, and backdraft. So getting into all that now, this build is obviously my fun build. This is a build that I obviously wanted to put them on and getting in tune with it. But I only have four of the abilities on this build. I didn't really do too much with this build, but I have in some immolation, stoke flames, backdraft on it. I didn't use absorb heat on it, but I will get into all the abilities in other builds. But for this build, I did switch out a few skills that I had for the fire abilities, and then I do have magma vortex still on here, obviously to match the theme of being solar powered now properly as a Superman character, or more or less a Kryptonian character that was Earth instead of like atomic or fire. So, granted, that's another reason why I'm happy. But this is backdraft, and this is a pull, so obviously, as you know, this is a high pull. But then we have the Stoke Flames here, which is a healing ability, and it causes a burn effect as well. Then we have Immolation, which is a shield. Now, mind you, with this shield, this isn't a replacement shield. I kind of found that out while playing. Like, you definitely do want to have an extra shield with you um, when it comes to this shield. But granted, the self heals of this build definitely got amplified, and all my other builds definitely got amplified for it. And since we got them, I did update some builds and change around some builds to match the theme of it, and you'll kind of see going through the rest of the video, you'll kind of catch on to it. But when it comes to the loadout stayed the same for the first one, but the only other changes again, I only just switched out a few moves that I had prior um, to it. Now, the allies, they stayed the same: Superboy, Reverse Flash, and Crypto. Skill point tray, they also stayed the same. My skill points, I'm spec super powered. I ended up actually trying out something, but with this build, I'm just kind of putting the critical power, chance, and magnitude here as a test. So this one is kind of just one of those, like, I'm just testing it out just because. So you can really ignore this and don't question it, because I know I'm gonna have people in my comment section. Oh, this first build is your one build. These are terrible builds. This and third. Like it's a fun build. This fun. This is more of like, think about this build as like a role play build. This isn't a build that I'm gonna be really taking seriously anywhere besides like open world content or anything like that. Like, it's not gonna be a crazy build that I'm actually taking and stuff. Um, but yeah, so this build is kind of just spec'd a lot in every which way. Um, but I have 10 in critical healing, Or I have 11 in critical healing chance of mag because of the fire abilities. I have the critical attack chance of damage, and then I have the critical power chance of magnitude. Then I have some for restoration again because of the fire. Then health and might and power and dominance are also all in the same. So this isn't really a crazy build again. Um, but all the arts, Distilled Refractor, Omega Totality, Red Tornado, Omega Hedron, Razor, they all stayed the same. My metagenes stayed the same. So there's nothing really too crazy that's different from my last video of this build. Um, Getting into this build, again, as you can see for the theme, I decided to go with this build. I made this my DPS build, but I gave him the DCKO sub absorption gauntlets, and I see it as a specific way. Like for this build, I'm not really trying to be the top DPS in the game, and I'm not really worried about top DPS. So I'm more worried about the iconic end of everything. So I did kind of give him a few fire abilities to help him self heal throughout my DPSing. Um, and it's been fun. It's been working, and I'm enjoying it. So I have no problem with it at all. But same three abilities. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. But this is my DPS build, so the artifacts are going to be a little different. I still have Omega Tality, but then I have Candle of Neuron, Omega Hedron, Razor, and Tetrahedron. Um, yeah, and that's pretty much it with this build. This isn't it's a normal DPS build. It's nothing too crazy. Again, I'm not really into the water one yet, but I'm still probably going to dig research for that. But here's the DPS one here, pretty much fully spec'd, and then I have the rest going in health. Um, Alright, getting into the next build. Now, I will say this build is still in testing. Um, but so far, as of lately, the only thing I'm really trying to fix with this build is the power consumption. But other than that, this build has been pretty fun with the fire abilities. But I did make this a full tank build, so my new full tank build is going to be this style, obviously due to the fact of me having the fire abilities. So I just wanted to match the theme again. And this one I do have the absorb heat ability on there that gives me self healing, as you can see. And then I have magma vortex and then backdraft with assimilation and the stoke flame. So I do have all the fire abilities for this one, obviously matching the theme of the style. But getting into the artifacts, because this one is a new kind of testing build again. So like I'm trying out pages with this one this time. But hold on, sorry. There we go. I have Red Tornado here because I want to try to test it and take it. I want to take off Mystic and try it out. Again, theme match, but I know a lot of people I've been seeing use Red Tornado still for their tank builds, so I might switch it back to Mystic. I don't know yet, but as of lately, um, it's been working. Um, then I have Clarion, Distilled Refractor, and then I'm trying out Pages with Razor for this build as well. But for this build specifically, since this is my full tank build and it's full dominance, I've been thinking about making it a resto build because of the fire abilities. So I'm still kind of in the midst of deciding, but I'm for now going to keep it a dominance build. Um, but yeah, getting into the last updated build, which is actually the build I have been using throughout elites lately more often. That's been better than my previous build. It's my battle tank build. Now this build it consists of solar amplifier, which I actually brought back due to the theme of the styles, as you can see, solar charged or not solar charged, but sun dipped. Um, so given the theme, I do like to keep it at least iconic in the sense of me still being a Superman Kryptonian character, but still having it set to where it's like if I need it, it's right for what it's needing to be done. But I have Solar and Fire, Clarion, Red Tornado, Pages, and Razor for the artifacts. And my skill points are super powered and inspect as a DPS with a little bit of healing, obviously due to the fact of the fire abilities, to kind of catch up a little bit on the resto end, which has been working for me. Um, so I'm pretty satisfied with everything going on. This build has been getting me through elites, and I'm satisfied with it. Um, allies. I have Mr. Freeze and Cyborg, and obviously Cyborg for power reasons. But again, when it comes to the power, that's probably the only thing that I'm like genuinely myself personally struggling with when it comes to Earth is the power regen. I have been told to try out John Constantine. I ran Oracle and Cyborg before when it came to both my this build and my dominance build, and they even haven't worked. So it's kind of like I'm still in the midst of working with everything. So these are like final set builds, but at the same time, if there's anything that comes up that you might find better as a viewer, obviously go for it, obviously use it. This is just something that I'm doing personally for myself. Um, it's been working for me a lot lately as of recent getting the fire abilities, but getting into the fire abilities again because yeah. But absorb heat here matches very well with the razor is another thing I noticed, and it obviously looks very well when it comes to magma vortex. But Earth has self-healing now, and that's the main important part about it. So all the Earth players that have been, being beast modes and everything like that, like if you're a beast of a Earth tank and you have your self-healing, definitely rejoice about it because I'm just as hyped as you. Like Earth finally got the self-healing we needed. Now we just got to figure out the power problem. But if you figured out that power problem, kudos to you. I'm still figuring it out myself. But if you found out, congrats. I'm happy for you. And yeah, if you have anything that you want to state really in the comment section down below, because this video is really just genuinely like showing off the fire abilities. Builds from my last build video haven't really changed much besides getting the fire abilities. And probably like a little bit of artifact change. Like I said, for my dominance build, I'm finally deciding to go for pages. I was really skeptical on pages when it came to this build because I had the build not using pages and it worked still. So giving it a new little chance, a new little try. I stopped using the blue lantern abilities, obviously, um, which I might actually, you know, switch back to in the future. Like I might genuinely at one point stop using brick because of it. Like now that we have the fire abilities, I'm thinking about merging them with the blue lantern abilities and going from there. Um, and just be a full-on self-healing tank. You know what I mean? So if you have already done that, let me know and let me know how it goes or how it's been going for you if you have actually merged the blue lantern abilities with the fire ones because that's what I've been thinking about doing and I feel like it's going to work, but at the same time I don't want to take away from what the build is in itself. You know what I mean? If I do that. So, or that's why I feel like I would have to do a full-on restoration build when it comes to that because you literally using nothing but restorative moves. So, that's really all that I've been kind of tinkering with and messing around with and thinking about. But I definitely just wanted to make this video to let everyone know that is an Earth player, especially a Kryptonian Earth player. We now have self-healing abilities as Earth tanks and Earth players, and for Kryptonian players, we now have proper solar absorption for a roleplay iconic in a sense, whatever the case, how you ever want to put it, however you want to put it, because that's how I kind of put it. But yeah, um, that's pretty much it from me. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, definitely just let me know in the comment section. And obviously, I would like to piggyback. Like, we can talk about it. Like, if you see something that I probably missed, if you see something that I probably didn't point out, whatever the case may be, in my build videos or in this one, definitely just throw it in the comment section down below. No hate, but like, definitely just leave it in the comment section down below and be like, hey, you just missed this, or this should be this way, or have it this way because of this, whatever the case may be. Especially if you're also in the midst of experimenting with fire abilities on Earth tanking or Earth DPSing, whatever the case may be. Because I just have mine set up in a way to where it's like it just makes sense for the theme of um, having specific builds that have the fire capabilities and solar absorption and everything like that. Like I have my own personal reasons on doing it. But as of right now, I've just been enjoying the fire abilities. I switched out some abilities for what I wanted them to be, and I've been enjoying it. I hope all the other Earth players are also enjoying it, and I'm sure they are. Um, and I hope for all the Kryptonians that have um, not picked atomic or fire, or like they went earth or ice. Now you have ice players that are Kryptonian powered that can have self healing abilities and everything like that. So I hope we're all enjoying this awesome update, genuinely. And honestly, as well, leave in the comment section down below if I should do water abilities, because that's another one I was thinking about doing, but genuinely, me personally, I it doesn't fit for me. So that's just me, but it doesn't fit for me. Um, but yeah, other than that, much love everyone, and I will be doing videos soon, testing out these builds, showing off these builds, so you can get a better picture of the builds that I've just shown. So stay tuned for those as well, and I'll see you all in the next one. I hope you enjoy the fire abilities and Earth players rejoice. See you all later.